Well. The topic of the day is feminism killing romance. I believe so. I believe so. Because nowadays, with this feminism, things have changed. You don't know who's the wife, who's the man, who's the woman. I'm a true believer of conservative relationship. I'm sorry, I want to keep it old school. So, and it's a very controversial topic. But let's see who's gonna join in. Where is my friend Stoic? Where are you, Stoic? Where are you, Stoic? Let me put the. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. What's good, Buck Travel? What's good? I know, bro. I haven't got a chance to do so. I need to put it on my bucket list. Definitely, definitely. I've been so busy. I've been so busy. Yeah, I've been busy, so I haven't got a chance to. But definitely, I'm gonna put my bucket list. But I would like to go to Thailand, because Colombia is very similar to. I'm used to, Latin America, so I would like to
What's
know
up?
more
What's
about.
up?
Yeah. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, yeah. I was bored. I'm like, you know what? After talking to Zed, I mean, that feminism thing. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's
There were a
crazy.
couple of points she made that didn't make a lot of sense.
We,
First, she said that
mhm.
society would be better without men, and even if we just take procreation out the window, like what about all the male dominated jobs that women like are not necessarily built for, like physical physically demanding labor.
But
Even
I have a
like,
question. Are the
yeah,
job necessary?
those jobs are more necessary than a lot of the jobs. Like we're talking about infrastructure and
Exactly, yeah.
it's like
But
these are.
nowadays, with the way things are automated, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I guess there might be a future where all this stuff can be done by robots. I guess, but
Because she made some good point, especially when she mentioned the fact that when she was referring to violence, and violence mainly comes from male. That's a fact. She's kind
that's
of,
true.
that's true. So when she said that, I'm like, you got the point there. A small example. Do you think if Israel was run by a woman and Palestine by another woman, would they be in war right now?
Probably, it's quite possible. I don't think. How to put this?
Salud, Elgin. Yeah.
I, I think women use their mind more than the physicality than men. To
Yeah,
handle things.
because they're more emotional more than anything else. They're more into the nurturing thing. Into they're not as competitive as men. We want to show that we have more strength, that was more powerful, and then you have that war of egos that continue. So if you look at the Israel nonsense, really. I mean, when you look at the way all those conquests throughout history, it's always been by some type of narcissistic individual that want to conquer the whole world and show that he has the last word. That's exactly what's occurring if you look at the actual case with Israel. You know, is it's not as simple as it seems like, but at the same time, it is. It is. I mean, it's So I don't know. I don't know. So
Yeah, but the world is built by men.
it is. It is. And well, example, the first people they called to the front were men, weren't
Yeah,
women. You know.
yeah,
And
men.
small example: if there's a thief in your house, what your wife will say? Go get him! Go get him!
Yeah,
She
go
won't
get
face
it.
him.
Yeah, yeah. We're there to protect, provide. You build infrastructure, roads. I mean, yeah, there are women in these type of roles, but they're like the minority. They're like a small percentage. I don't know the exact number, but you're talking like probably less than 5%. You know what I mean?
But if you think about it, look at the way we were biologically. Women were made with a biological clock. Like a woman, when she's born, she's born with what is called uh, ovarian reserve. So all the or ovaries from the time she's born, she's gonna get all her eggs. So she's like she gets them, by in birth she's assigned all, So as she gets older, it gets depleted.
Yep.
But us men, as long we can procreate, as long as we are healthy, and so there's no such we're not subject to the biological clock. So technically, when you look at it, biologically there is some type of she doesn't like. I mean, I wouldn't say superiority because women don't like that term. I would say we are different.
100%.
100%. Like I
I,
can
I
be
think I
65
think
years old and still have children if I wanted to.
I think men are better at certain things and women are better at certain things.
I think it's a balance. I think it's a balance. I think it's a
Yeah.
compliment, and that that's what I'm thinking. If those roles were assigned, that the woman she knows what her role is, the man knows what his role is. I think there will be less conflict because, but it's feminism. I think it just kind of ridiculous. I think
I
that
think
movement doesn't make any sense to me.
I think the beginning of feminism made a lot of sense where women were fighting for their rights, not to be abused or, right to vote, during the suffrage movement, stuff like that. I think makes sense. But now it's like it seems like they're fighting for supremacy and not so much equality. Because like I feel like it's weird when she was like we judge women on their looks and all. Like I thought about it for a while and was like, that's not the only metric that we judge women on. But let's say we do judge a woman based on her looks. Like, what's wrong with that? Like,
Yeah, but it's subjective. It was only by look. Lots of ugly women wouldn't be married.
yeah,
So it's not beauty subjective. I mean, what is ugly to me might be like, for instance, they are so upset when you hear that they say that those women from where, I don't want to say the country, but, they were Medes. But I've heard, like, if you tell me, like,
media.
you know, when I was in when I'm in some place in the world, like in Asia, to me, when I was there, I was in Hong Kong. I didn't particularly like them, but it doesn't
Yeah,
mean they don't look good. That's my personal taste. You know, I don't think people should get upset
100%.
because of that. Like okay, for instance, statistically, they say that Chinese are not blessed. Chinese men, Asian men are not blessed, which is, well, should biologically, physiologically. So I mean, is it a complex? Is it a problem? No, that's how they are. So I think people shouldn't be that sensitive. Why, shouldn't be affected by all those the stereotype, because I mean, if you think about it, we were born to be judgmental, and we were
Yeah,
born to. I mean, we were no, we were trained. We are trained to be judgmental, not born. We're trained to be judgmental. We were also trained, when you think about it, when you're in college, you want to be the first in school. When you graduate from high school, they say, well, you graduated with honors. From that point on, they have created a classification system
Yeah.
where the best succeed and this and that. And then, you're competing with your classmate. We're going to get the best score. And then, but then once you started working, at that time, what it is, you have to, it's team effort. Like, so it's just, I think it just, this thing will never end. I mean, this movement we're gonna get some pace, but if you look at it, I mean, until now, very few women presidents, very few women head of state. You have some of them. I mean, it's not in majority if you think about it. It's still like even the liberal society like the United States, they weren't ready to have a woman president.
Mm.
They weren't ready.
But yeah, we got two. We had two run and two lose.
But but you have African countries who are supposed to be not so democratic with women presidents.
Mm.
If
Well,
you so
why do you think in Africa that they're more open to female leadership compared to like America?
because some part of Africa have a matriarchal system. So,
Mm.
like if you look at Rwanda, for instance, Rwanda, it's the country that have more women in the parliament, in Congress than anywhere else in the world. That's Rwanda, for instance. Then there's another country, I believe Tanzania got a woman president as well, if I'm not mistaken. And there's 3 or 4 countries in Africa where women are actually president.
What?
You have Sirleaf Johnson from Liberia. No, was the president. Then Barbados got a woman prime minister as well. So you have a few, and if you hear, I heard a speech at the United Nations when she was condemning Israel, and if you hear her, you can really tell that that speech came from a woman. I mean, it was such a conciliator type of speech that she had.
Mm.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, when it comes to certain role, women are emotional, but they don't resort to violence like men do. That's a fact.
Yeah, but sometimes violence is necessary. Like she talks as if violence is a negative thing, where like
What
violence
do you
is
mean
how.
violence is necessary? In what circumstances, for instance?
All right, let's say somebody breaks into your home and you have your children there, and you now have
Okay,
to. Are you gonna try to talk it out? What do
no, no,
you?
no, no. You don't have time to think about it. You act immediately. I agree with you.
Yeah, so sometimes violence is necessary. Now, should men be violent all the time? No, you're violent when that violence is necessary, right? So like, no, nobody agrees with what Relo did. You know what I mean? As far for example, right? That was unnecessary anger. Like in that situation, if he didn't get his way, he should have just calmly asked her to leave or whatever, right?
But I have a
But he,
question for you.
yeah,
I never, but in his previous life, did he ever act in such a way with Dominican or Colombian?
I don't think I
I
don't. To be fair, I never really watched his live, so
But I don't
I,
think so. It's never been as it was the other way around. He was actually afraid.
yeah. See, it seemed like he was trying to like what I what I guess right is that he's been tried by a lot of these chicks over the time that he's been doing this, and he just lost his cool because he's trying to make this viral moment or whatever. He's trying to appease his fan base.
No, but do you think I'm gonna tell you? Say no, he didn't. Do you think because he know that they are more lenient over there, that what he did, it won't fly in the R?
I think. I mean, it's possible,
Because I'm gonna
but
tell you, it does that in the R. The girl will call the police and the police
Mm.
will get there and he'll get arrested. In
I thought.
Kenya, it was
Mm.
no reaction at all. The woman didn't. So maybe he knows that, so he feels so comfortable. But he feel like he has some type of. I think that's what Zed was trying to get at. Like, okay, he
I,
did that because there were women from that part of the world, and they were also from a particular race. I believe that.
it's potential, but I don't necessarily think that was the case. I think he just because you got to think he's been doing this for a while, right? And he's had
But
these
not
various
as bad though.
encounters.
But
Hmm?
not this type of encounter where it was really, I want them to say, get out, or I want to beat the blah, blah, blah out of you. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. I think
He said that, but
when
I've
from the
never
looks
heard
of
him.
the from the
Maybe,
looks from the looks of it, it looked like he was he like was in her face with the camera. She tried to mush the camera out his hand, and then like it's off camera, so you can't really see what's going on. But
I know, but I remember when he was in Colombia, he had, when he said that King Kong had nothing on him. Remember, he was walking like a madman in the street when he got almost, when they almost stole his phone, remember?
yeah, 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 yeah.
No,
And I
no,
think
no,
he
no. Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
into a
When it
fight.
was, but it wasn't with a woman. You know what I mean? That's the difference. So I believe that that's what I'm trying to understand. That's what she was saying, that like the chick, the girl wasn't attractive. He felt like he could assault her, but if she was pretty, that's why we judge and we behave according to the way they look. She
Okay,
couldn't
that's the
explain it
point that
properly.
she's.
That's the point she
That's
was
the
making. Yeah.
point. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't. I've never wanted to assault somebody because they're ugly. So like,
Neither do I.
is it a Rello thing? I don't know. I think in Rello's particular case, I think he just you gotta think, man, and I'm trying to say this the most respectful way, but he's kind of like a circus animal. You know what I mean? Where he has to please the crowd.
By doing
That
whatever.
Yeah, right. You know, and without that, he can't get the money that he's raising. So it's kind of like this weird kind of relationship that he has with these donors, right? So I
Yeah.
think because he wasn't able to perform his circus trick, I think in his mind this is his big moment. You know, what I mean, he's trying to build his YouTube career or whatever, right? And it didn't go the way he wanted, so he lost his cool, which is not good. It's not respectable. It's actually pretty despicable. But ultimately, he lost his cool, and I think if we look at the previous situations where he tried to keep his cool in certain situations, and the chicks kind of try to take it. I mean, it's there's wrong on both sides. He's filming people without their consent,
The consent, yeah.
which is terrible. But there are also situations where there are chicks in Colombia acting out with him and whatnot. So I think when you do something for a while and you have um, a bunch of bad experiences and you don't take accountability
Yeah.
for why you're in those bad experiences, and you're deflecting the blame elsewhere, then you might lose your cool. Because you got to think of it from the perspective of Rello. Rello is a hood guy from Gary, Indiana, right? You know, and if you deeper, you know what I mean. He's a hood guy from Gary, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, right? So he wasn't raised to like deal with conflict resolution. Like a wise person would have just let her leave, take the L on the money because it's only like $70. Move on to the next one. He's probably gonna get clowned a bit, but at least he can stay in the country without any issues. And like I don't think he. I think afterwards now, right? Maybe Zed has a point afterward. I think in the moment, I don't think he was thinking that deep. I think he was just moving on emotions.
Yep, yep. He didn't think was gonna be. He wasn't expecting to get his channel banned. He wasn't expecting to. Yeah, because
Now, now
he had been
afterwards,
affected. Even try. I mean,
mm,
He was so afraid they tried to even redeem by putting by becoming ex ex really type of movie
Yeah,
movie actor. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah. I think he's trying everything under the sun to try to make this thing that he created work, right? And obviously, people just want to see him crash out, which they got to see. But then the Kenyan people didn't particularly appreciate it, and then he kind of got chastised for it, like he should. But at the end of the day, I don't think that point is accurate. I don't think he was thinking that deep. Like, I can beat on this woman because I'm in Africa. I think afterwards, maybe he looked at it as like, I could probably spin this and then go viral because he didn't take the video down, which was stupid to me. And that's why I said he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know, because like if you're in a domestic situation, wouldn't you delete that video? You know, wouldn't you try to kill the noise as soon as possible? He left it up on his Twitter, and then it started circulating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then yeah,
Because
but I
he
hope.
didn't.
Hmm.
She was in his bed, right? So it wasn't like, I mean, she wasn't the greatest looking. She's below mid in my opinion, right? But she
Yeah,
was good
and then
enough to
also
him.
he left the video up and he kept on filming her, and then yeah, that was kind of degrading. That's and yeah.
Yeah, what he should have done was just turn the camera off the first time she said no.
But you want to show what people wanted to see. You know how it is.
Yeah,
But if you think about it, I mean, he got mad because she asked for some additional cash. That
yeah,
was
that's
his
probably
first
what the
crush.
real reason when he got mad. Because I'm assuming that there was some type of agreement beforehand, and either there was some miscommunication or she was trying to finesse him. One of the two.
Yeah, but I mean, when you deal with this type of women, first of all, it's all about the bag. I mean, so I mean, they're always gonna try to get as much as they can, because and so we kind of have to look at that way. I mean, he tried to get a bargain, she tried to get more, so that's where there's no balance. So me personally, I would have just, okay, here's, if I have it, go ahead to the extra, and let it slide, rather than yeah.
Yeah, it's either you got to pay more or send her home. But
Exactly. And then but then when you start yelling and screaming, you think I'm a simp? Like, okay, like, like, okay. I'm like, okay, you agree. So that, I think it just I mean, I was shocked when I said it. I was like, okay, is this for real?
yeah, at the end of the day, what he did was childish, not smart, and
Yeah.
he's facing the repercussions of that now, as you can see, because even his fundies haven't even been going well since that incident.
No, because here's the thing. I mean, you need to understand also, like I said, it's all about continuity. People are used to
Mm,
his channel. They're okay, we're gonna jump, then now you have to look at, he has a long name now in his
mm.
channel. When you put it up, it doesn't come up anymore. It's like it's even literally you can't even find him. So then he has a limited audience. They only get 40 people, while initially used to get like 200, 300, because he was entertaining. But when I think lots of people kind of got turned off because of the violence, I believe they're like, okay,
Yeah,
what, they were not expecting it, because before it was like a clown. It was like interesting to watch, but it never resort to violence like it did this time. So I think that kind of turned people away. I believe so.
yeah, I could see that being a thing.
Even me personally, after that, I was like, okay, you know what? Before I used to watch him because I was bored, out of boredom. I like, let me watch this guy and kind of see. But once I saw that, I was like, nah, nah,
Yeah, at the end
no.
of the day, he did the wrong thing in that
Yeah,
situation.
definitely,
And
definitely.
and he's facing the repercussions of his actions.
Definitely. He messed up big time. Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I mean, the space has become so boring.
Mm.
There's nothing happening. I mean, if you there's like wow. I mean, it's like even Austin used to be interesting, no longer interesting. He tried to shift his channel to like some type of geopolitical type of stuff, and to
I
big a
think
different
because
audience.
he's trying to cater to a different audience. That's pretty much what he's doing now.
Yeah, but it's good though. I mean, I think he has to stay steady because I know he sees number are dropping, so he was trying to kind of yeah. So I think he should do both until a kind of level because I mean, you know, there's a huge audience. Like for instance, in my, I mean, you know, like sometimes when I look at the algorithm, people actually watch me. I look at the metrics. People from Bangladesh, from Mexico, from India, from Venezuela, but you know, so it's a whole different. So I guess it's demographic. I mean, it really blew. Remember when it was in Brazil?
I
When
never
it ca-
like I never really watched his channel like that. To be honest, like I got introduced to Rello when I met him, like maybe a week before I met him, and then after the encounter, I didn't really watch his content because he put a sour taste in my mouth when I met him because
I know he stood you up. I remember that. You know, he came late. I know. That's yeah.
yeah. So and then somebody sent me that video. I think it was Pharaoh or somebody. I forgot who sent it to me, and that's when I saw what he was doing. So it's like I got familiarized with his content after the fact, kind of thing. And then I learned about his record, which I thought was pretty despicable.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I knew about his record,
I didn't
and
know.
then but I never looked at it in details because I never met the guy. You know. But when he went to Africa, I think it was something that could have been interesting, kind of, because that's I'm from Africa, so I was like, okay, that's good, let's see. But I didn't think it was going to turn out to be something that negative. I think it was going to be some type of yeah.
Man, end of the day, man, with Jay Rello, I think he's gonna slow. I think we're seeing a slow, like
No,
death.
it's going to disappear.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think it's
No, it has disappeared already. I mean, it's done.
yeah. I don't think his content is gonna.
Because I mean, he had content, but he didn't have a monetized channel first of all. So it was really so his pool of cash was coming from donation.
Yeah,
So so
he's
so now that after that incident, he's been trying to raise, but it's difficult. So is now he brings whatever on panel, whatever. Like it's like you go downstairs. Can you go? You said to it's not easy, and people think bringing content is easy, bro. It's not easy.
yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand how he could keep up the type of energy he does. I know it's like a show, kind of like he's like a wrestler, kind of, but he tries
Like
to
for
remain.
instance, if you think about it, even stay live, like those are like 11, 12 hours. I'm like, wow, that's a long. I mean, to just, I mean, it's at least, I mean, what keeps it is the conversation. Like look, like earlier with Ben vlogs, we have like 3, 4 people talking. Yeah, that's kind of keep it quick, but do it on a constant basis. That can be a really
Tiring.
that tiring. I mean, if you think about it, before it was Future, then he went to Bando. Then it's like so it's like cyclical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see it's really as sustainable. Like it's good for. I mean, I guess once you get monetized, but then after you do that, then you have to be able to create content and keep your fan engaged. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, 100%.
Like people can keep on watching you and this and that, and I'm like, so that's why that's why my idea was to create that's a creative reality show that and I'm doing have a production crew to make it like really professional and and budget because all those girls for each appearance, we're paying them $150. You know what I mean?
Or for each appearance?
Yeah, bro. And when you think about it, it's 15 girls. So you talk about 150 times 15, and then you have to pay for transportation, and then you have to pay the camera come like that. You have to spend money to really make. Yeah, and and DR women won't do anything without anyway. You say nah, they want anything, I mean, it's with a contract, with it. And
Instead of paying them 150, why don't you like just do like a cash prize, like whoever wins the show? Because like
you won't get them engaged. That's the problem. You might have two or three because to maintain them engaged, like to come on time and to do this, to put them on the roster. Today's YouTuber is, he has to be the. I mean, that's how they are here. I mean, that's one thing you can't be a cash per donor because they're gonna be like, if I don't win, what's gonna be? What am I getting for them for each appearance? Because they came from different casting agencies. You know what I mean? So for them, it's a job. So for them to actually dispose of the time to be there, it has to be remunerated. Without the remuneration, they won't. They just won't. They just won't do it. I mean, that's the guy. There's nothing without any money involved. That's exactly how they work. Yeah. And
I
then
mean, I've
mhm.
seen a lot of these dating shows where they'll cover like your expenses and stuff like food and things like that, but then ultimately the winner gets like the cash prize and then or like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I'm gonna look up because you're right. I might have to rethink it because it's. I'm like, damn. I mean, the first. I mean, we did three. Put them together. I'm like, that's. I looked at them like that's a lot of money. I'm like, and then is it really worth it? You start, to analyzing the whole thing. It's not. Yeah, it doesn't come cheap at all.
Yeah, because if you're trying to make money off of YouTube, you, uh, you're gonna have to get sponsorships and there's ad revenue and stuff like that. So it's kind of difficult to
I know it is.
yeah. It's like you could. That's why it's better instead of doing paying them per. Like 150 is a lot of money too, even in DR. Like how much? You know,
In DR, it's 10,000 pesos.
yeah, you could probably get some regular chicks from just from like how do I put this like just standard females there because there's probably a lot of beautiful women. Because you went through like an agency to book them, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's the mistake I did because here's the thing. When I first started, I used this agency and then I realized that I got now two or three. And then the girl that came through the agency had friends who they work for the agency. Then I started referral after referral after referral. I'm like, okay, that's the best way of doing it. As a matter of fact, the the girls who came outside the agency look better than the one from the agency.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So maybe look at the yeah, 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 yeah.
I put that money into like ad dollars and pump, because YouTube has their own promotions. Like you
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah. They
Instagram.
do. They do. You're right. Makes sense. Yeah, when I do that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be difficult because then their incentive is just to show up, opposed to like competing. For,
Exactly.
you
I
know what I
agree.
mean?
I want to change the format. Yeah, makes lots of sense. Yeah.
And they just
Yep.
work on getting the show popping. Put some money behind the promotions, build an audience, and then from there, because I'm not because the first season might not be as profitable, but then if you make it a thing and people are following it and watching it, then like you can kind of see how much you can make, and then you can make your budget around how much you think you can make from it. Like
Yeah.
like what? What was the motivation behind it?
Oh, they were getting $500, the final price plus resort in plus a 3 night resort in Punta Cana.
Now, I'm saying, what was your original motivation to create the show?
Boredom.
Okay, okay. You should watch. You know that rapper DDG.
Which one?
DDG.
Oh no, no, let me. I never watched him. DDG.
Okay,
Okay,
so he did a love show, kind of like you ever seen Flavor of Love?
yeah.
Yeah, something similar to that, where they're competing to win his love or whatever, and date him or whatever. And he's not paying any of these chicks, man. He's renting a house, putting them in there.
You know what? That's what I was thinking about doing. Renting a house and have a good setup and have like camera in different angle so they can see like yep I thought we'll just provide food and yeah I was thinking about it. They end up being much cheaper. I have yeah. Hmm.
The person, so the guy that was in it, like, what's the draw? Like, what makes the woman want to be around him? Now I'm serious. Go ahead. Let, let's say he's like this wealthy guy or whatever, right? And it's like you're competing to be my wife or something, to be
Yeah,
my
yeah. No, you're right. Listen, initially we're just discussing about it because the way it got started, I had this idea when when Future was here in the DR, right?
yeah.
And then one of the girl it was, which is the model, she's like 6'3", and then she has a modeling agency. And we're talking like maybe we should do a reality show, and that's what we talk about it. I'm like, yeah, that would be a good idea. And then after that, then my neighbor, who is a single guy, always get every day you see a different woman coming by, scrolling through. I'm like, yeah, that would be good if you kind of turn this into a reality show. And that's kind of how the search the idea to actually make it effective. So we called the lady from the modeling agency. We started doing the casting. We had 16 girls coming over. We did the first one. Okay, we talked about what it was going to be all about, and it was a few good ones. Okay, well that can be something that can actually work. But the issue we run into is that the my neighbor he has a very complicated schedule sometimes, so we have to cancel a few times. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should change the format now. Get get a different type of candidate that kind of very interesting, and I found one. So I'm like, okay, so girl really want to be with it because so that kind of like maybe like you said, why why would they want to be with that guy? What does he have to offer? You're right. You're right. It has to be something. Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah,
you start
because
those things. Go ahead.
yes, it starts off like an idea and then it evolves into like something that makes sense over time. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No. So I start, and then I looked at the some of the issue we had because we created a group, and the girl when we were canceling, the girl had it. Yeah, I went to the hair salon. I got myself dressed. I bought this dress. Now you're gonna cancel. We're gonna pay for the money I spent on my. I'm like, I said, girl, you're supposed to look good. I mean, so you start. Then you start with that mentality issue of like, oh, okay, crap. They complain about because they want to get the nails done. You to understand that. I'm like, okay. And
Yeah,
then every
they bougie.
appearance. Second.
You got some bougie girls basically.
Yeah, and they start complaining. But I'm like, okay, this is not something I want to deal with. I'm like, it's just too much. Then I kind of stray away from the group. I'm like, because they were just nagging. Then you have this one who came, the one she's older than all of them and look less attractive. They want to run the show, and then she was also. I'm like, you know what, this is a mess. So I really need to. So now I'm just restructuring the whole thing. Like, like, okay, I like the idea. I know it's doable. So I'm gonna continue, but in a different format. Like, yeah, because
Like
once you run problems, that's when you start adjusting. Yeah.
call it like Be My Cinderella, something like that. Like, it's like find chicks from the hood that's looking for a wealthy guy, and they compete to be his Cinderella, something like that, like the DR Cinderella.
Yeah, yeah, something. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because now that makes sense because the draw is that they're going to be able to find a dude that's of means that they can compete for his love or whatever because he has value to them.
Yeah. And
And
so when they were asking, it's gonna be some of them say, no, I can't be on a bathing suit. It's gonna be any kissing. I'm like, okay. Some of them were like acting like they wouldn't do certain things. I'm like, okay, so they're putting their. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a thing. It's at will. So if you don't agree with the way it's structured, you're free to,
yeah, you're
And
free
some
to
of
go.
them thought they were more important than others, and they want to modify the contract. They want to put some extra clause. And like, what about insurance? What about work accident? I'm like, what kind of accident you gonna have? Stroking while
Yeah.
eating? Oh yeah, I'm like, okay,
I mean, insurance might not be a bad thing because
No, that's what
that
I know. I
protects
thought
you.
about it because you never know. Huh? I'm like, all those questions that were rising, yeah. I'm like, it made me think. I'm like, that's not. That could be really an issue, yeah. Really, as I said, all those things surge out of boredom.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, if it's something you're interested in, do you could like you ever seen Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah,
These type of things, people like drama. So if
yeah,
you create
exactly. So I want to, yeah,
you create an atmosphere where people are competing. You set up these like competitions, like do a cooking competition or make it like how you do it.
yeah, yeah. And really, the best to do it is to rent a house big enough that can house all of them, and that's gonna be interesting. Where you can feel the daily conflict, the daily problems, and that could be quite interesting. Yeah,
And you could probably shoot all of it in the month, where it's like every, let's say you get 10 girls every week. You do like 3 competitions, and then you know every every competition one gets eliminated based on their
yeah,
performance, and then the winner gets gets like a cash prize, and they get to date this guy or whatever.
yeah,
Something like that would be dope. But
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we said a dating show. I thought it was something like that.
The issue was supposed to. I mean, the show was called "Finding Love in the DR." Did you see the? Have you seen the? Have you seen the channel?
I've seen the channel. I'm subscribed to it.
Yeah,
You want to
so
pull
that's
up?
what got started, But then I'm like, and then I realized, okay, well, this was just a teaser. If we're gonna do, then I'm like, okay. But the best format is really to have all of them in one house and do like, like do different activity because I mean, among them you can see discussion, they argue, and it's not even it's off camera. I'm like, this could be interesting. I think all those different things should be on camera because it could be quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Film them arguing.
Yeah, so and then you have three or four who speak English fluently, and they were getting
Mm.
mad because they're like, "What can you speak? What can you speak Spanish? I mean, we all speak Spanish here, so all different things." I'm like, okay. Yeah, so yeah, they can see that. Then you realize this is real drama. Oh, I see that Red is going to Thailand. Huh? That's what Elgin say.
I don't think he's going to Thailand because he needs a return ticket. He's saying, and he's not able to raise the capital. So I mean, I think he's doing another fundraiser soon, if not now.
That's
But
that's this
I
has been his toughest fundraiser.
yeah, man. Ever since the incident, his fundraising ability has dropped substantially. So
Yeah. So
it
who
seems
do you watch mainly right now?
Shit, I don't watch much of anything in the PPB space.
Me
To be
neither.
honest.
Me neither. I kind of. I don't know. You got because here's the thing, though. I'm gonna tell you, it would have been
Mm.
different if you have finally okay. You have this PP bro that finally got married. You don't see none of that.
Did you see it in certain like what's his name? What's bro? The older guys like Love Crossing Borders, and he's in Colombia. Um, Andre from
Andre, huh?
and then you got Guapo from Beautiful Lies. He married a Brazilian chick. So it's you see a couple of them, but for the most part, it's like mostly
But no, but when they got on the space, they were already married when I got on the space.
yeah, exactly.
So I didn't. What I'm saying is like one. Let's say, for instance, Foreign only gets married, Austin gets married, or Future gets married. You don't see none of that. That's what I'm saying. The those who are married were already married when I start watching them.
Yeah, I don't think
It was never a
that's
story in the making. You know what I mean?
my understanding of it was that, but then as the more and more I come across it, I realize it's mostly guys just trying to pay for box for the most part. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, Stoic, and like I said, I've known the DR since 2004. I had no clue that the Sioux existed, and the Sioux was for that. Just I
Shit.
started. I found out about the Sioux once I got into the space, and another time was a Chilean guy was talking about Sosu. I was like, used to be, and I was like, really? Like, and because it's never been that part has never been of interest for me. I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm,
To me, I have a thing about when I see so many women in abundance that it's so easy to me to turn off. I've always been like this. Like they're just there, like, and they can be kind of aggressive. Like they will pull you. Like they're into that money thing, that money grab. So to me, it's never been my thing. I like something more explosive.
yeah,
Like for
yeah,
instance, when you're in Dubai, you sit in you at Zuma, which is Obo Roberto, which is a restaurant, club, bar. When you're there, you see those lady. They look up to par. That's what they do, but at least they are choosy. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And then and for the price tag, it's more selective. It's not anybody will go after them. You know what I mean? At least it's more interesting to talk to. You know, but those were just like they are aggressive and disgusting, and that's what I look at it. So to me, it's never been, especially if you live in a place where you speak the language, then you like, what's the purpose? So I'd rather take my time and then just yeah. So it's never been that. I never been part of the manga world until I started watching those. I'm like, wow, is that serious?
I mean, I
Before
think
before that, I had no clue.
I feel like most of the guys that claim to be password bros are not. Uh, they're not. They're not filming themselves, and the guys that are filming themselves, there's like two sharp distinctions. You got the Andres and the Guapos, and then you got like the Futures and the J Rello guys. But then even like I just discovered Pab's content recently, and he seems like he's a travel vlogger. He actually makes content and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's Pab.
a pub?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't watched any of it yet, but I've
No, I watched
I
pub. It was in Haiti. It was in yeah, yeah, yeah. He really makes content. He really does make content. Yeah, he goes out and he talks. So he makes Pub is good. Pub makes good content. I watch him. I watch Lord of Cool Check and Effect. Is those are like some real traveler.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
But I
but
did. I used to watch Kurt Kaz, but the last one he did when he went to Paris, I didn't like it.
I used to watch him as well, but even his stick was more like going to dangerous places. Like, oh, I went to the most dangerous hood, and
Yeah, yeah,
that's kind of how he got big.
yeah. But Black Men Travel, Black Men Travel is also good. The British Ugandan guy, I like him too.
Oh, you talking about Black Man and Travelers? He lives in Argentina. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
But he's not really
and
a
I used to watch.
pastor, though. I
Huh?
went. I mean, I guess you could define him as a passport, bro. But
No, but he has his wife is Argentinian, so the guy's married, settled. It just, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's not a
yeah.
monger.
Yeah, he's not a monger, exactly, and he's going to countries that are not monger friendly. He's going to fucking you know Afghanistan and Pakistan. He's going to some spots like.
And then you also had the I'm Marwa. We used to be good. The one that built that big house in Kenya, the Kenyan blogger, I'm Marwa.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I don't watch
Then
too
you
much
have
of.
another one. His name is huge. Is the African guy. Yeah, he has like a million subscriber. What is his name?
Are you talking about something Myers? Uh, I know you talking about the dude. I think he's from like Ghana or something, and he went to school in China.
Yeah, no, that one. There's another one. I can't remember. I can't remember his name. It's good. It's good too. I forgot. I forgot. He's not South African. He's from Ghana, but maybe the one who went to. I think you're right. He's like yeah. He was in Barbados. He was yeah.
I think Freddie Myers is that. My mom watches him. Like I remember my mom, she would show me his content, and she like, cause she said I was into traveling, so you should do stuff like this. You talking about the guy that travels all over Africa?
Trips to pancake. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like this real traveler, because like I said, this monger speak gets boring after a while, because
Yeah,
it's like the same thing. Okay, you gotta bring woman, then after that, okay, then what? That's it.
yeah. Like why do I want to watch somebody else get women? I could just get women.
Think about it. At least if we're checking, they go on a date, they are talking, and okay, something that would be interesting. He gets up, he picks her up, he goes on a date, and he's talking to her like something that can engage your attention. But okay, just like okay, you're on the couch talking.
I think Jay Rello might have been onto something, but it's like
He
he didn't
could have
have
been on something. He started well, but then he just I don't know.
he was he didn't he
He
didn't.
thought it was really him.
I think he never thought through. I didn't think he had the right guidance around him. Where it's like, yo, you could really turn this into a brand. Like he should the whole Patreon thing he tried to do. That could have been an angle from the beginning. You know what I mean?
It was
And
really that I'm him. That I'm him killed him.
but he's not really making travel content. He's just doing sofa content. he, he he gets an Airbnb in some random country. He
I
finds some
know
chick.
that's what he does. So it's not. I mean, to engage yourself into really watching him. It's the important. I mean, what's more is his audience. Is the comments makes it more interesting than anything else. Is the chat
Yeah, it's the chat, the interactions, the trolling.
and
That's
the
that's that's the
trolls.
entertainment. the trolls.
The trolls makes it.
like I remember Ethan texted me one day and it was like, "Yo, Jay Rello raised $1,000 in 3 hours." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he like, "You should do that." And I'm like, "Why would I do that?" Like, I'm not against I'm not even against the fundraising thing because I forgot this one chick name. I forgot her name, but she's a travel vlogger and she does fundraisers too, right? So it's not like a unique thing. But she actually goes to these countries and shows the country, and you know what I mean. Like she's been to like double digits in countries. These
Yeah.
guys are
I,
all going to the same spots.
exactly.
Colombia,
Have you watched this girl called Itchy Boots?
Itchy Boots. Nah, I don't know. I'm gonna Google it right now. Yeah, like I like travel content where I see a new country I've never been to.
She's from
Mm,
and she travels on a motorcycle
Itchy
and she goes
Boots.
different places. It's quite interesting. I like watching her. That's real content.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was like,
But
this is a small niche. Oh wow, she has a lot of subs, 2.9 million.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like it's a niche inside of a niche inside of a niche because you got the travel niche, right? Then you got the black travel space, and then inside that,
That's the worst.
pa- yeah, then you got the passport bro space, and then within the passport bro space, you got the monger space. So it's like four niches in. So it's like it's a very small demographic of people that's interested in this. And the majority of these guys are not there because they're interested in travel. They're interested in either trolling or seeing, bonita mujeres. You know what I mean? Well, a lot of the audience members don't really care for travel like that. They don't care for being expats, or you know what I mean? Like, so it's like I, I don't know if it's gonna end. There's a lot of new guys popping up. You have, Bando. He's out there in Colombia right now. Uh, he I tuned into a couple of his live streams. I seen him doing some jet skiing yesterday. That was pretty interesting. But I haven't watched many of his lives. I'm not really. That's not. I don't really watch a lot of live streams. They're really, uh,
Well, jet skiing, huh?
yeah, he was jet skiing. Yeah, I think like my content, for example, I'm trying to show actual real activities that you can do, and then like the more I'm here, I'm thinking to myself, it's like who travels? You got people that vacation, and then you got people that are expats, right? Those are like two different demographics within the travel space. Because like you can show people how to effectively vacation out here, show them activity they could do while they're out here, and then show them how to become an expat. But the mongering stuff, I mean, you could do it here, I guess too. But then I don't think Vietnam is gonna play with you, Sam.
No, Vietnam is like okay. I'm gonna give an example. Like in Dubai, what I wanna do now, I wanna start filming like restaurants, like more about the lifestyle, like malls, luxury cars, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got to think the demographic of people interested in moving to Dubai generally have money, right? So you can show them how they can live a good lifestyle, plus you know be effective with their money out there.
Exactly.
Like
Initially,
there was like, oh, what were you gonna say?
when I started this channel, it was an experiment.
Yeah,
I want to see how easy or what does it take to be monetized, right?
yeah,
My modernity didn't come from endless lives. You get the point?
yeah, yeah,
So because I was going to watch, I was like, wow. And my watch hour is a compilation of different factors. Like, shoot, I have like 1,500 videos, imagine.
yeah.
So I was like, okay. And it didn't come from live stream because I was like, okay, what does it take to get people engaged. I just wonder, Then I realized that, I started posting things about different things about people had issues in Dubai. I got a video that got lots of, like legal issues in Dubai. That was like that content was kind of interesting. Then when I post content about Venezuela, it gets lots of views. I'm like, okay, so my channel cater more to geopolitical type of stuff without realizing, because
Yeah,
the people that actually
not
fall, they
really.
want to look at the
You're not
demographic. I'm
really
like, that's good.
TV
Go ahead.
space. Yeah. The like the type. I'm just like this video that you got here. Who's Ruby Perez?
It was a famous singer from DR.
Okay, okay. They, I'm guessing that's the video that gave you your watch time.
Imagine, I just posted because I was at the birthday party of his daughter, and
Yeah.
then he died.
Wow. Okay.
He died on that club that collapsed.
Yeah.
So I was there. So I was filming for his daughter's birthday, and 2 weeks later, he passed. And that video, I just
Mm.
posted it, and next thing I know, that gave me the views. I was like, wow, that's interesting.
It'll be like that, man. It's like, what's your
I
goal
never
with this
thought that
chat?
video would give me the views.
So
But I have
maybe
like 1.4 million views in total, including my shorts.
yeah. Let's see your shorts. Your most popular short has 300,000 views.
And look at, and that's silly. Look at it. Look at it.
I actually remember when you released this short. Yeah, this short came out a while ago. How long did it take you to get this many views on this short? The like the the short that you had with the guy cutting up the meat, right? Is did you get those views right away, or did it like was it in spurts, or did it happen like after you put it out, like a while later?
No, that video, it was like within, I think every day was going like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. It was like 3 months. It was like a 300,000.
That's interesting.
Yep.
So, what is it that you do to make that video pop?
Say again?
So, what do you think was the reason why that video just took off like that?
Bro, I had no clue. I have no idea because that to me it was just funny. I just posted that. Next thing you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like shorts are really
Listen,
random.
I'm still trying to understand this whole YouTube. But to me, I posted that I liked and I found it was funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just posted like it was funny. I'm like, let me see. And then like I posted 3 days ago a video in Spanish that where Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela is telling Trump, "Come for me. I'm waiting. I'm here waiting for you." Then Trump the next day sent some F-16 jet fighter and so forth, and then the next day he replied saying, Trump, I would like to work with you. So I put it was funny. I just put a thing together, and I think I got 23,000 views in 3 days. I'm like, okay. And like 456 likes and comments. I'm like, that's quite interesting. So I still trying to understand and when you look at I look at the YouTube analytics, and I've realized that the majority of my audience are actually people interested in stuff like news, and somehow I don't know how I fell under that and under that segment rather than So at the end, it's not even matches even really a travel channel, because I also put a video not too long ago. But yeah, it doesn't have much view, but it started to pick back up because it started to actually pick. He has like 110 60 views just about cigar. Then I started realizing that I'm getting subscribers out of that video. I'm like, okay, that's quite interesting. Like the Ruby Perez video, that was slow initially, bro. Next thing I know, like 3 months later, that's when that video started getting lots of subscribers. And I think YouTube, uh, the next thing you know, I start getting some, you start getting some YouTube messages. Like for instance, like all my videos are dubbed now. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, YouTube say from now on we're gonna start dubbing video. Like, okay, I'm like interesting. I know that option was available, but they don't make it available until you actually monetize.
Mm.
Yeah, so then I think I don't know if YouTube look for consistency. I'm still trying to understand how this algorithm works, bro. It to me is very confusing. It's
True.
very confusing. It's very confusing because I looked at the way, try to understand. I look at some video, performance some video, and and some others, and and then what is really try to work on the hashtag. I mean, I try to. I mean, to me, to me, just an experiment to see exactly, you know. And I start lucky as a hobby, Sometimes, I try kind of learn also how to edit. Sometimes I redo videos, and and I don't know. So now I'm like, okay, now what I need to do when I go to, I want to start documenting my trips from the time I'm leaving until I'm arriving, checking to the hotel. Because imagine, I know, like for instance, I've been to all the Marriotts of Istanbul. I've been all the Marriott in Paris. So, I say, and I just have small footage. Imagine if I were to show the food, the restaurant, the price, the check-in as an ambassador elite, all these different things could have been good. By the time when I was doing all that, I started getting to YouTube when I slowed down my travel. It was the
Yeah,
other way
yeah.
around, out of boredom, you know what I mean? But now I know, now that I'm starting again, I'm like, okay, this time I'm gonna document everything I do properly. Like, okay, like in a good sequence,
Yeah.
and yeah,
My understanding, YouTube falls under like two categories, like entertainment or informational. So it's like depending on what direction you go.
yeah, entertainment is too hard,
Yeah, I agree.
and my personality follows that more about information more than anything else.
Yeah,
Because entertainment, I'm like, I wouldn't, like me personally, I wouldn't post me seeing a girl and having a date and stuff like that. It's just not my style. You know what I mean?
true.
It's just not me. I mean, you can see an excerpt of me with someone eating stuff like that, but not making the focus on that person. Because first of all, the type of women I'm dealing with don't like that type of publicity because that's not what they're all about. You know what I mean? So it's
True.
difficult. Okay, be on camera and be this and say, why, I'm not a puppet. I'm not. They look at me like, okay, what is it? No. So I mean, neither do I. I mean, I don't like to. Neither do I like to expose myself. So it's. One want to show girls in the thong, shaking asses, and this and that. That's the easiest thing to do. But but then how? It's just my personality. I want to tell you why. Because I deal with different people from different areas of life. So one day, can you imagine? I'm, I saw you on YouTube. Look at your YouTube, like, okay, this guy is a clown. So I need to be careful. I have an imagery to maintain. You know what I mean?
100%.
So if someone, okay, yeah, it's okay, talk about traveling and talk about this and that. Okay, that's interesting, but not, like shaking asses, talk about, yeah, I'm in Parqueira in is in CTG, showing all the hookers walking by. Nah, I cannot do that. I just can't because the people I'm dealing with wouldn't even. I don't say they're not doing it, but those people are discreet. You know what I mean? They don't want to be seen because you have a image to maintain, So same thing with me. So I just have to be careful. So I would focus more, like I have to do this. I have to go back to Dubai, then I have to do Hong Kong, then I'm gonna do Singapore. Then when I'm in Singapore, I want to do Thailand, kind of explore this whole East region, but properly, Yeah. So I need to, yeah, but maybe more about information rather than entertainment. Entertainment just too just too just too much. I mean, it's like you have to pretty much build. Imagine if you have to be live 11 hours. You have to build a team, but I can actually, then yeah. But you don't do live anymore, right? Stock, you don't do live, right? You there? Did you fall asleep, Stoic? I think you fell asleep. Stoic. Oh, I think. Are you sleeping, bro? Stock, you fell asleep?
No, I'm still here.
Uh, I thought you fell because it's late where you are.
It's actually 8 a.m.
Oh, you haven't slept?
No, I haven't slept. No. What time is it over there?
No, it's 9:14.
Uh oh, are you in DR?
Yeah, no, I'm back in the East Coast. Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it's morning time, man. It's
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. No, 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 no. So I'm jetting back out on the 22nd.
okay. So
Yeah,
are
because I'm
you
working. I'm developing my brand, my cigar brand. So
okay?
I have to
Okay,
go. I have to go back and forth. And then I'm creating a luxury brand, and so I have to meet the provider, do stock on the new flavor, where that's gonna be lit. I'm trying to be like, when I'm gone, they still see people still smoking on I'm trying to create a brand, you know what I mean?
true.
Yeah, because I
So
mean, here's the thing. I mean, so hopefully that can the way I'm thinking about marketing it, hopefully it's gonna prevail. So I'm ready to build a brand like, and it's good. And didn't realize there was so much money in tobacco,
mm,
bro. It's 1.8 billion dollars that brings in dollar tobacco yearly in the DR out of the
mm,
GDP. 1.8 billion. I didn't know it was such a big industry. I'm like, okay, well, let me get in there, create a brand, create a product that only caters to the UE market, like luxury market. And from that point on, once I position my brand as a luxury brand, it's easy to spread across the world. So I'm gonna start in Dubai, and then from Dubai, the rest is it's a brand just developed for the UE market. So that's yeah,
all right.
yeah.
You're and so you're manufacturing it out there, and you're releasing it in Dubai.
Yeah,
Um,
it's manufactured 100 because when it comes to tobacco from for cigars are it has to come from a specific place, and DR got one of the best when it comes. They have one of the best master blend. They have good flavor. You can mix with because it's a long process. But here they have like Arturo Fuente Opus X, which is one of the world's most expensive cigar. It's actually made in the DR, and my factory when I'm getting done is in the same area as Arturo Fuente. So I came up with a good. So my product is as good as literally is as good as the top cigar, same level. So literally create a luxury brand,
I peep
So
that.
just
You
for the
plan
UE market.
you
Yeah.
plan on
So
only
yeah,
selling cigars?
I'm gonna start with cigar, then I'm gonna branch into rum.
Okay.
I'm gonna branch to rum because I realized that those two things, rum and cigar, I didn't realize that it's such a huge market when it comes to tobacco. I mean, it's like put it this way: the people I know that, like I met Cesar Fuente, which is sorry, Carlos Fuente, which is the owner of Arturo Fuente. And if you listen to his story, the way it got started, literally, those guys make money like they're selling the other stuff. You know what I mean? But it's legal. That's the fun thing about it. I mean, it's just crazy. Oh, they're
Facts.
making bank. Imagine they sell 30 million cigar annually. 30 million cigar. Go figure. So they made $522 million last year.
Is cigar a big thing out in Dubai?
Yeah, it's a market that's picking up though. Tobacco is big in Dubai,
Mm,
but there's no one has come up with the concept just for that market.
mm.
And
Me like
with the
mm.
color that symbolizes is green, gold, and those, yeah, yep.
Uh, the
And my
when you
last name means strength in Arabic.
it means what?
Strength.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that just so everything just come in place by itself. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, so I'm gonna develop that brand and market it well, and you know, uh, you see, I just that's what I'm telling you. I'm always innovating, like always come up with new concept, because like I said, I'm I'm a doer. I'm like think about something. I'm like yeah, because I'm like I think about it. I mean, if you think about everything, and because like I was saying, everything that we tobacco, it's just a big thing. It's a big thing. I'm like, how can I get into that? Look at people that makes vapes. How much weed they make out of that nonsense. Yep. When it comes to nicotine, it's just crazy. So I'm like, yeah, let me have a small part in the market. Yeah.
Again, question. When you fill your gas tank up, I seen there's a app in Dubai where you could order gas and you just leave the
They just
gas.
bring it to you home. Yeah.
You've done that before?
I've done it out of emergency. Yeah. One day I forgot. Yeah. You call. They will come and refill it. Yep. At home. Yep.
Mm. How long does it take them to pull up?
Bro, like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, okay, it's not too bad.
No, sometimes it's quicker. It depends if they're ready. Yeah, but maximum 15, 20 minutes. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
think
you,
that. Yeah,
Dubai is the place to be when it comes to if you want to make business and do what I told you, you can do well there. And you can just generate. You don't spend money there. You spend money in where you are. There, your money will go a long way. Because Dubai, like I tell everybody, don't get caught up in the Dubai lifestyle because you'll make money in Dubai and you'll spend it in Dubai. So you have to be very careful. You have to be able to. That's why I like to jet out of it. If you stay there for too long, you get used to that lifestyle, which is you want to go out, you want to do this. Then the next thing you know, you're spending too much. So you have to be able. It's like in out. Otherwise, because there's so many things to do, so much money into that place. So yeah. Yep. So usually, what time do you go to sleep, Stoic?
it's random. She just whenever I'm tired, I'll sleep. I'll probably take like 2 naps throughout the day, 2 3 hours. So it just kind of depends on the day, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trading, so I've been kind of up a little bit more.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So the trade's been moving. Yeah.
I'm looking at Dubai right now as an optionality, just because it does seem like you could kind of make some plays. If you save up some money and then go out there, start a company or try to get a job out there or something, get sponsored.
Yeah. You give it a
So,
shot, bro. Especially you in your case, you're a freelancer. Sure, give it a shot, bro. I'm telling you, you won't regret it.
so like you're borrowing money there, and then you're like basically. So how do you make that flip though? Because you got to pay that back in 10 years, I presume, right?
Pay that back. If you're gonna invest in real estate, you can put your real estate, you can rent it, you can put Airbnb, or if you have to pay the loan back, or you can actually leverage the house. You can actually borrow against it, sell it. There's multiple of doing on buying money, but the majority of time it's just through. I'm able to cover the cost through Airbnb, through long-term rental, short-term rental. Yeah, I
Okay,
use I
okay.
only the money. I want you the money for real estate, not for anything else. Because real estate is the only thing that you can. Worst come to worst, you can sell it. You can use it as a guarantee. You can borrow against it. That's why I like real estate. I don't try to invest into any other thing, but I like to because I know. So it's like, okay, for instance, I get like I just bought recently a property. I mean, for the year it's a lot. It's a penthouse for $930,000, right? 930, and I paid it like outright. And then, so what I'm doing now, there is just through to what I'm generating from it go for 400 a night, which is what I'm generating. It's actually able to cover the expenses. And next thing you know, I'm gonna borrow against it and pay the runoff and stuff like that, and get a bit more, and then you're just flipping, you're just playing with. You want to start with one, you see it's easy for the second one, for the third one, but you'll make it. You can like I said, you can start small though.
What? So that's how you were able to get heavy into real estate.
Bro, just out of I just like piggybacking from one thing to another one to another one. Next thing you know, I built a portfolio long enough, and then like at one time, like a property, I borrow against it. Then what I did, I sold it to myself. You know, I sold from a company to another company, right, for a higher price. You got to, and I got the loan against it, and I paid the loaner for another loan. Let's say, okay, you buy a place for 1 million, right? Uh, then the value goes up. You don't want to sell it to someone else, right? Then I sold it to a different entity that belongs to me and got the loan against it and paid that property off and made a difference. I'm telling you, real estate is the key. Just focus on real estate. And of course, in markets where you know the plus value is high, you know, and Dubai has that. Also, Punta Cana as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I
Yeah.
just think.
Well, I'll be back. I'm about to jet for like 10 minutes. Then I'll be back on live in about 10 minutes. Unless you want to hold the live down, or you're gonna jet out too.
Yeah, just start a new live and then just
Yeah,
hit
we'll do
me.
that. Okay. Talk to you in a few. Okay.
All right, cool. Peace.